Hi, if you're joining me online tonight, I just wanted to say hello and let people know kind of what's going on with Sabbatical. And I'm here tomorrow for the Good Friday service. And then after that, I am on sabbatical for 4 months. And so I just wanted to kind of say hello and let you know I'll be praying for you, church, but also just wanted to let you know some of the details of kind of what's going on. I know it was announced last Sunday, but I had just had some different people asking different questions. And so I thought I would come on here and try to do some of those frequently asked questions. And if you have a question, please comment below. Let me know, and I will do my very best to answer. So I'm just also trying to join here on Facebook just so that I can make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments. So I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. All right. So some people have asked what a sabbatical is or what that's about. And so I just thought I'd talk about that. So sometimes in church culture, previous tradition was that pastors would serve for 7 years, and after 7 years, they would be given a paid leave time that involves education and spiritual refreshment, and hopefully some rest too. And so that is something that Cornerstone Church does. I've actually been full-time staff for almost 10 years. I've been on staff for 14. But you guys know I have little Claire. And so Claire at 3 years old, she's now 6, 3 years old, she would not have been really conducive to resting or education for myself. So I asked to kind of wait on that, to wait on the sabbatical. So that's why I'm taking it right now. My youngest is in grade 1, so it's just a little more feasible for our family. And so that's what a sabbatical is, though. It's meant to be times of rest and refreshment. And for me, I'm going to be doing a lot of resting. In all honesty, it's been a really good last few years, but obviously it's also been really hard. And I think not only in my new role as executive pastor that I took on in July 2019, so almost 3 years, that in and of itself has been a joy and a blessing, but it's also been a bit of a learning curve, and just trying to grasp that. And then we took learning how to be executive pastor and COVID and put it all together. So that kind of made its own challenges and its own journey, but it's been really, really good too. And so I guess for those who want to know, what is it going to look like? It's going to be, there's a lot of rest component for me. I fully intend, while my kids are still in school during the day, to be doing lots of reading and praying, and really excited to just sit and read the word. That's one of my favorite things to do. And so just in the quietness to be able to do that. I fully plan also on doing things like gardening, excuse me, on gardening and, planting, weeding, all that kind of fun stuff. I just finished the Arrow leadership course for executive leaders. And so part of that, I took the course itself, which is fantastic and amazing, and it's been great. But then I also, if I do some extra assignments, it will transfer into my master's program that I will be starting for sure, like officially starting in the fall, but the Arrow program will transfer into that. So I have a few assignments that I get to finish and do, which I'm really excited about, and get to start working towards my master's. And so part of that's applying at the school and doing all those kind of good things. So I'm really excited about that, looking at getting a master's in ministry leadership. Also looking at taking many years to do that, because I am a full-time pastor, full-time mom, full-time wife, and so I will not be a full-time student at the same time, just in case you're wondering. That's what that looks like. And then Daryl and I are going for 1 week it's called the Carith Retreat Center. There's 2 of them in Canada, one just outside Calgary, one that's outside of Winnipeg, and we are going to the one that's outside of Winnipeg. Not right now, thankfully. But it's a retreat, a week-long retreat for people in ministry and their spouses to come and be fed and encouraged and also challenged and just really looking forward to that. It's run by Focus on the Family. So if you're curious, you can search Careth Retreats, and it kind of gives you a picture of what we're doing there. And part of what I'm doing there for Careth Retreat Center, in all honesty, is also kind of fact finding. And Daryl and I will kind of be the guinea pigs. We'll go and see and come back and report to the rest of the pastoral staff to just see if is it worth it? Was it beneficial? Was it, so I can kind of give details to the rest of the pastoral staff for Careth Retreat. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And then outside of that, it's just, like I said, a lot of rest and a lot of praying and a lot of, being, I hope, present with my kids and my family. So I'm, from this April now until end of June, the kids are in school. And so it'll be lots of evenings and weekends with them. But then there's that kind of last week in June all the way to that first week in August where I get to spend time with my kids. Mostly, Daryl will still be working full time, but spending time with them and working and doing that. And then as a family, we're going to Minnesota for a week and going to kind of lake country, Paul Bunyan territory, actually, and spending a time together there and hiking and just seeing what there is, hitting the lakes, doing all those fun things. So that's what that looks like. If you're just joining now, I'm sharing a little bit about sabbatical details. The replay will also be on here too. So if you want to rewatch some of those things, but if you also want to ask any questions, feel free to ask something and I'm more than happy to answer. I'm more than happy to do that. Some people have asked if I'm taking sabbatical because, I'm burnt out or I'm fried or any of those things. And the answer is no. I'm tired. It's been long, but I'm not burnt out and I still love my job and I still love Cornerstone Church. And so taking this break is not a sign of like, I've had a couple people asking if I'm using this as a discernment time to see if I'm staying here. And I love Cornerstone Church. I love it here. This is my church family. Daryl and I have been attending. We first started at Cornerstone Church as attenders. We've been attending for over 18 years now. This is our church family. We love it. It is discerning the future. It is taking this time to go, okay, what does Cornerstone look like in the future? And what's my part in it? What is my role? What is God calling me to do in this? So hopefully I come with renewed vision and passion and vigor to come and serve the body here. But it does not mean that I am contemplating leaving. And if you missed it on Sunday, we just had that comment that actually when we take a sabbatical, part of the agreement is that we kind of commit to being here for 2 years after. Obviously, if God leads and discerns, there's things that we do to work that out. It's not like you're stuck with me for 2 years if you don't want to be stuck with me for 2 years. But just to give you kind of that heads up. So it's not using it as a time to contemplate a future outside of Cornerstone. So just wanted to answer that too, because I've had a few questions of people saying, are you just tired and leaving or what's happening? So I think, I don't know, if there's any questions, type them out now. Do my best to try to make it known if there's some here. I'm going to try to look and make sure that I can tell on Facebook if you're commenting or on YouTube if you're commenting. How can you be praying for us? That's been another question that's come up. So I think that I mentioned the discipline of rest, and I think that would be my prayer request. Just I need to be intentional in true rest, seeking a soulful rest, not just getting drawn into Netflix or, just kind of sitting in that. I think I just want to be able to really experience the rest and peace of God and just a refreshing of my soul and a refreshing of relationships with my family and just those kind of things too. And so just looking forward to that. But I would appreciate prayer for that. Pray for our family. That would just be a rich time together. Daryl and I going off on this retreat together for our marriage. Just appreciate prayer in that sense. I would love prayer as I seek out starting my master's. And I have not been a student for like 20 years. So, or at least an official academic, I have to hand in papers student. That's been a bit of a good intro through Arrow this last 14 months, but um, that will be new, being a student again. So pray for me as I start that, especially in the fall, doing kind of in modular style. That's kind of where that's happening there. Um, but yeah, I think praying that way would be great. Nora, for those of you who know our middle daughter, she has some stuff coming up, some surgery things happening, and we'll make sure to share that on the prayer chain and to make that known to our church family when we know more details. Um, so she most likely will have surgery in the next, um, 2 to 5 months now. Before they said 3 to 6 months. That was a month ago. So kind of sooner. Could be during my sabbatical, could be at the very end. We shall see. I'm not really sure. And so I appreciate prayer for our family in that. But like I said, I will make sure to share on the prayer chain when that happens. And then I think just praying for me for discernment. I'd really appreciate prayer for discernment. Um, it's weird because I'm taking a sabbatical and taking a break from my role, my official kind of in office, in church house role as pastor here, but I'm also part of the body here. Like, this is my home church and this is where I serve. And yeah, I have amazing relationships here with people. And so I'm just trying to discern what does a break look like, without feeling like I'm like I'm being cut off from the body. Like, I don't want to feel like like an arm's been ripped off the body or something. I just so discernment, I guess, in that knowing what does that look like to still be part of the body and taking a sabbatical break. And I don't have an answer. I really don't. So I appreciate prayer for that as well. Um, Honestly, I think that's everything. If you do have a question, feel free to still comment below. I'll look the next couple days here. I will look under and reply. And I know Austin and Joanne, as they kind of administrate this group, they can see questions and they'll probably be able to answer some too. How are the rest of the staff going to do? How are family men going to do? That's a big question. And so the family ministry team and Joanne are amazing, and they are so set up for still ministering to our families and running things. Joanne's the director of family ministry, and honestly, she has been the hands and feet of our program for years now in lots of ways. And so, which is awesome. It frees me up to be able to partner with parents and to come alongside and shepherd families, which I appreciate. And I'm so thankful. But Joanne and the Family Min team and leaders are just set up for success and for being able to still minister to the families. And so honestly, probably a lot of the kids may not even notice. I have a reputation for a loud laugh, I am told, with the kids. They can hear my laugh from all around the church. But other than that, they might not even really notice much. And then the staff, the staff are set up really well. Tickle in my throat, I tell you. I promise that's not a nervous tick for the staff. The staff are set up so well. So what's happening is Pastor Michael, Pastor Austin, and Pastor Rick are kind of taking different parts of my executive role of my job, and they've kind of divvied it out. And so they're looking after that in lots of different ways. Summer in some ways is slower. We don't always have a lot of ministry team meetings and things like that. So that works out well. Like I said, family ministry, Joanne's got it covered as director of family ministry. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm so thankful for our staff team. I'm so thankful for the family ministry team and the ministry leaders. And I won't be around on Sunday mornings. That's another question I get from people. And so I will be taking a break from actually coming and attending on Sunday mornings. And so, again, that's just part of the break and the refreshing part, but I'm going to miss it because I'm a part of the family here. And so I do look forward to still attending online, But I'll also be going to some other churches too, just again, kind of fact finding, seeing what other churches are doing, how do they run their family ministries, learning from them, witnessing kind of what they do, seeing them in action, those kind of things. So I'll be going to some different churches and then coming back and reporting to family ministries, especially, and just seeing if there's some great ideas. There's so many great churches in the city who do great things. So to learn from them is also a great opportunity in this time. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, put your questions below. Let me know how I can be praying for you even, and I will be continuing to pray for Cornerstone as I'm gone, and just seeking out and the Lord's direction in what He's calling me individually to. Just trying to discern as a wife, as a mom, as a follower of Jesus. How do I grow? I'm expecting things to be revealed in me as they continually are, of just where I need to grow and be refined and repent and confess and all those things. And just desiring to be more led by the Spirit and being obedient to what God is calling me to do in every moment and every day. And so that's my prayer for us as Cornerstone Church, that we would just be filled with people who are just taking every opportunity to be led by the Spirit, to follow Jesus in the Word, and to make an impact in the world around us, even, from the tiniest person to be able to share the love of Jesus, whether it's in our homes or schools or work or families or friends, complete strangers. And so that's my prayer for you all too. So yeah, I will still see you tomorrow at Good Friday service. I am excited to worship together one last time with the church family. And other than that, I will see you in August. And yeah, please here, I will be still following on the prayer chain, and I will still be following online. Definitely my heart is still connected with you all, and would love to just be able to touch base and check in and hear how kind of the body's doing. And I will be continuing to pray for you all during this time in the same way that I hope you'll be praying for me. And so, yeah, God bless, take care, all those good things. And I look forward to coming back renewed and refreshed in August. So take care, and I'll see you in the summer. Bye.